Okay, this is the 6th lesson, and we're looking at today a beautiful chord progression, a 3-6-2-5-1, and we'll do it in C major. We're going to look at a new chord, a 6th chord, major 6th. In essence, it's a major triad with 6th on as well. So we'll work that out and confirm how we do that. We're going to look at what an accidental note is in musical notation. We're going to learn the names of the notes on the 5th string, the A string, pretty much in first position. And we're going to play some pieces from the 1st and 2nd string, which we've done in the previous few weeks. Just going to tune the guitar so you can hear. So you can tune to me. So this is low E, fifth string A, D, G, B, and high E. Okay, just let me make a note of something before I forget. Right, there we go. So, first thing to do is we're going to run a progression. We're going to do a, there we go, can we see that? A 3-6-2-5-1 in C major. So that will be E minor, A minor, D minor, G and C. So it's a 3-6-2-5-1. So E minor to start in open position, A minor, D minor, G major, and the 1 C major, E minor, A minor, D minor, G major, C major, all in open chords. Obviously, as we progress, we will learn these chords in different positions for more variety, and we will build in the extra types of chords we've been learning over the last few weeks, so we make some interesting, even more interesting chord sequences. So our new chord this week is the 6th chord. So a 6th chord is basically a major triad, but with the 6, and the 6 can replace the 5. So you could end up with a chord which is a 1-3-6, or a chord which is a 1-3-5 and 6 if you can fit them in. And this chord in C major would be C as the 1, E, the note E as the 3. If you can fit it in, the note G as the 5, and the 6th note is A. Let's just confirm that on the fretboard. So if we're playing the scale of C major, we'll count 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there is the note, the 6th note, 6th degree of the scale of C major. That's the one that we'll need for this 6th chord, and it's quite straightforward. The note, we'll just talk the notes through, but remember where we land. So C, D, E, F, G, and A. So it's the A fretted on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And the other notes we need are C and E. We could put the G in there if we wanted to, but what we'll do is we'll put the C there, yeah, and we'll put the E in as the 3 and the 6 underneath. And they've got quite a sad tone. In fact, C6 has exactly the same notes as A minor. Listen. Exactly the same notes. They're very useful. They're lovely in combination with a major chord. So for example, if I was playing C major 7th, then C6. So we've got that shape. Now I play the shape art, the fingering I use is I put my middle finger on the C of the root, and then I bar the 2 strings there. That's the same, that's C6, which is also C6 here, on the 8th fret C, and the same 2 barred strings there. Now, if we wanted to play therefore C with the root on the 6th string, C6 there, C6 with the root on the 5th string there. If we want to play C on the 4th string, we'd need to find the C here. The C here is there. If we use the 2 by 2 rule, that's the C. There's the 3. Now, if we were in a different position, the 6 would be just underneath. But because the B string is tuned differently, as you know, we have to move the finger up 1 fret, so it becomes like a triangle. And that's C6 there. So the C is on the 10th fret of the 4th. The E is on the 9th fret of the 3rd. And the A note is on the 10th fret of this 2nd string. C6. There, and there, and there, and also there. There's another one, one of my favourite positions for C6 is there. Basically, that's the root, the C there, then you've got your E underneath, and your A, C, E, A. You can put the 5 on there with the G, and that is C6. There are several positions that you could play the C6 in. I'm just going to show you my chord guides, so you can see that when you get a copy of this. That way you'll be able to find them. Just bear with me. 6 chords, there we go. So 6 chords, as you can see. There's plenty of fingerings. You can see you've got the root, the 1, on various strings and in various positions. I also like this position. I'll show you this one. I like this one. So C6 again. So we'll play the C root on the 8th. We'll put the 6th degree of the scale there on there, which is the 7th of the 4th. So that's the 6th. So that's the A, and that's the C. We also now need to find our G. There's the G, which is on the 8th fret of the 2nd. And if we put our little finger on that string there, we've got the full 6. We've got, that will be the 3rd there. So the little finger is your E string, your E note. Your first finger is your A note. Your middle finger is your C note, and your 3rd finger is the G. So if we play, and we don't play the 5th string. So you play it with your fingers like this. And it works nicely with major, so if you just swap your fingers, swap them back. Can you see the finger? Just watch where my fingers go. Okay. So C6, 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 and also C6. I use this one a lot because it's very rich, it's got all the notes in there. When I'm playing solo guitar, that would be the one. If I'm playing in big band, a 6 would be here or here. Very short, small chords without too much information, because the other instruments do the other notes. Right, so that's a 6th chord beautiful. There's also minor sixth, which we'll look at next time. We're going to now look at some at the fifth string. So let's check out the fifth string. The fifth string is the second thickest one. It's also known as the A string because the note we play when we pluck it open is A. On the staff, that would be, if I show you, that note I've just played there is on the open string, open fifth. This has gone all a bit messy now. On the second ledger line beneath the main stave. This is called the stave, and the lines on here are just called lines. The lines below, the added lines, are called ledger lines. So that's on the second ledger line beneath the stave is A. Then we've got A sharp and B and C sharp, and finally D, which also, so D on the fifth string will be on the fifth fret, but it's also the open fourth. So let's just have a little play through that. So A, open A sharp, also B flat, B, C, C sharp, also D flat, and D, which is the same as the open D beneath. Play them together, and they're the same. So again, A, first fret, A sharp, second fret, B, third fret, C, fourth fret, C sharp, and fifth fret, D, or open fourth. So that's the A string, and the notes on the A string, or the fifth string, are there. So actually that string only incorporates notes which are below the main stave. Okay, right. Whilst we're on the point of musical notation, let's have a look at the next concept I wanted to show you, which is that of an accidental sharp or flat. Imagine this. Imagine I'm playing a nice piece in C. And I'm happy with that, but I want, for whatever reason, to add a sharp note or a flat note. Now this key of C major has no sharps or flats, as you know, but so to introduce a sharp note I would have to use what we call an accidental, and I'll show you what they look like. So this is the piece of music. So here I've put no sharps or flats because it's C major. So there should be a 4/4 there, by the way, but there's no sharps or flats, so you know that this is C major. So you would expect every note to just be normal. So all the four notes in the first bar are normal. Then the first note of the second bar is a G note, but I want you to make it a G sharp, and I'll put in what we call an accidental. In this case it's a sharp. It could be a flat if I wanted you to flatten it. So that piece will play like this, and you'll no doubt hear the accidental because it does stand out. First bar, second bar, and repeat. And you can hear that accidental G sharp is not part of this chord scale. If I put it in, it becomes, can you hear it? Actually makes an augmented, because the sharp 5, which it is, G sharp is the sharp 5 of C, makes an augmented chord. So that's an accidental, and they can be flats or they can be sharps, and they go on the stave directly before the note that you want to sharpen or flatten, and you need them when your key signature doesn't naturally incorporate them. And you can have it in any key, it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be C major. Right, so that's the fifth string and accidentals all in one go. So I think we should just now pick up on 3 pieces of notation from, just bear with me while I get the page, from this page. So I sent this through to you last week. Yeah, we're going to look at piece 1, 2 and 3. So have that with you. Piece 1 has all the notes are on the first string, so we'll only play notes on the first string. It's straightforward, there's a repeat. It's written in crotchets, two minims and a couple of quavers, so the rhythm is straightforward. Piece 2 again is written in C major, and this will incorporate notes on the first string. Now in piece 2 it does go quite high. It goes to the highest note on there is a B, which you can see. B followed by a C actually. So sorry, C is the highest note. I do apologise. I've probably sent you an image which is inaccurate. I'll resend it. So that C note is here. So it's quite a way up the neck. And the third piece is written in G major, and you know it's G major because there is one sharp at the start of the music, and any piece that has one sharp, generally speaking, we're talking about G major. The sharp is F, so every time you play an F in this piece, it needs to be F sharp, not F. Okay? And the other interesting thing about piece 3 is it is written in 6/8, which means there are 6 bars in the beat, 6 beats in the bar, and they are quaver beats. So it goes like this. It'll play like 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, and kind of a little bit like it's lilting along. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, dun, 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 dun. And they're quite nice and they're easy to play. Those are the 3 pieces then. So let's play the first one. So C major. First bar is E, G, F, E. Second bar is G, E, F. And the F is a minim. Third bar, E, then 2 quavers, an F and an E, and a minim of a G. So, and then it repeats. So let's play it through as it is. I'll play it really steadily. Repeat. And piece 2 is written again in C major, this time in 3/4, so 3 crotchet beats in a bar. Bar 1 is just crotchets, bar 2 is a minim and a crotchet, bar 3 is a minim and a crotchet, bar 4 is a dotted minim. Now if you remember what dotted notes are, they half the value, they add half the value to the note. So a minim is worth 2, so a dotted minim is worth half a minim extra, so 3. And the next bar from the end goes high to the B with a minim, then a C with a crotchet, and back all the way down to G for the dotted minim, and it's a repeat. So we'll play each bar. First bar is E, F, G. And the second bar is A for 2 beats, then F. A there. And G, E. And then 3 beats of F. I'll play those bars again. And the 4th bar you need to move your fingers up to the 7th fret for the B and then the C. So B for 2 beats and back to G. So I'll play the whole thing, then you can hear it and you can have a go. So there are obviously many ways you could play this. That's not a very economical way of playing the piece because there's lots of movement around in a linear fashion. You could play it very much in this position. You could play. you see I'm barely moving from here, but for the time being we were learning the notes on the first string, so that's fine. So piece 3 in G major in 6/8. So it will go, the first bar will go 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Second bar was 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. And you'll hear a stress and an emphasis on the 1 and the 2 of the start of each. Basically, it'll feel like there's 2 beats. Okay? So here we go. First bar is D, E, F sharp, then G, F sharp, E. So it'll go like this. Okay? And the second bar will be D, C, E, D, F sharp, G. Again. And the last bar shuffles between the G and F sharp and G, and then 3 Gs. And it repeats. So I'll play it all the way through. Okay, so that's pretty much it for today then. Our chord progression that we started the lesson with was a 3-6-2-5-1 in C major. We've looked at the chord, a 6 chord, a major 6th, like this. C major 6th, C major 6th, C major 6th, slightly different shape here. C major 6 there with the 5. And the really nice one, I think, is this. And they function in the same way as any other major chord. And they're nice in combination with other C major type chords, like a major 7th or just a C major. In essence, they'll work really, really well. Okay, thank you very much.